Hey guys, Pickles is making turn around, is making an appearance in this one. So this is my usual video. I just wanted to kind of do a preamble to what's gonna come or whatever. So I don't consider myself the best mom by far. I make a baker's dozen or more times 50 mistakes per day. I'm always concerned about whether I'm scarring my kid or if I'm doing the right thing, or if something I say could be misconstrued to deplete them in any way. But I do know that I come from the firm belief that regardless, you come at things with love and compassion and have empathy for any situation, because Lord knows I've been through crazy stuff, and my kids have too. So that's one thing I always try to teach them, is that you don't know how you're going to react to a situation until you're there. But one thing I can be certain of as a mom, despite all my shortcomings, is that I have taught my kids that. And, not always will I have them reflect that back at me. We go round and round like any mom and kid do. But I have comfort in knowing that I have zero reluctancy in my mind to know that if there's a kid that's hurt or a negative situation or someone needs help or, something super simple or huge, that my kids will be the first kid to run across the room and do what needs to be done, or show that, that hug and arm of hope to whoever it is that needs it outstretched. So that's one thing that I can say I've done right. And that means a lot to me. So if someone asks me in 50 years, what's the one thing I'm proudest of as a person, it's not going to be records I've made or songs I've written or being on TV or doing certain things or the radio. It's going to be that, I have that zero reluctancy in my head to say that my kids have compassion. And I think that's why we're all here. And I see that, people, sometimes you can hope that your kid does the right thing, and you're like, I hope this person, when I'm not there, this person sees it at least and knows that I'm trying. But I can see it in those moments where, I look in the back seat, my daughter's eyes are glossing over because there's a homeless guy with a sign, and she can read now, and she's reading like, me and my kids are hungry. And just that stare of just like, do something, like, what can we do? Or when my son turns from this know-it-all, smart-alecky teenager to, holding a little 3-year-old's hand who can't find their mom. Or, turning from this teenager to this like Mother Teresa type entity where people are like, you got a really good kid. And I'm like, the kid that just threw punches at me? But I'm just joking. But, like both of them have compassion for other people. And so I know that I've taught them that. I just think that I find it super easy to see others as human beings. Like, I don't, I know everyone says I'm colorblind and I'm, gender blind and I love everybody, kumbaya and whatnot. But like, I've always found it so much harder personally. I know everyone's like this, but like, always find it it gives so much more energy to complain about the guy on the corner. My cats are going crazy. Or to just, be angry about the system that's in place, than just to be like, hey man, here's a granola bar, or here's a water. It's 106 in Texas. And I don't know where I would be if I was in your shoes. I don't know what you've gone through. I don't know your life. Sure, you may take this dollar and, go spend it up your arm. I don't know. But I know that it takes so much more energy to be concerned about that, and changes the whole aura around you and your identity, than if you just say, you know what, I'm giving this in a good gesture, and that person looks hot outside. That person, person just needs a smile. If I don't have something in the car, I sometimes hand money, $1 or so, but it's usually like I carry food in my car. So there's always a bag of something, chips, drinks, granola bars, whatever, easily accessible to where, and I can be a good read on people as far as, safety and who's going to be outside my car and that kind of thing. But I found it so much harder to just do that negative aspect and bitch and complain about people than to just see it positively and just know that you're doing the right thing. So I think so much energy is wasted on looking at the negative when it comes to that. And I've got so many friends that make fun of me about, like, why are you giving them $1? Why are you doing this? Why are you talking to them? Oh, you just ignore them. And I'm like, dude, they're people. Like, the fact that they're out there holding a sign and the fact that they're in the place they are should prove that they're more human than the people that are on TV that have mansions. Like, we're all one sneeze away from needing our help, help from somebody else. And I think that we're so quick to dismiss that, yeah, I don't know where I'd be if I was in that kind of situation, or what I would do if, I couldn't feed my kids, or Lord knows I've gone crazy. I've, dealt with situations not in the best way, but if it was something of that magnitude, I can't say, and I don't think anybody really could. So I just choose not to judge that. When I don't have food in the car, or $1 or water or whatever, just simply, a wave or a peace sign, or, I'll sometimes do that I love you sign. And sometimes the gratitude that those people see in your eyes outweighs anything you could give them. The fact that you're just showing them that you see them, and that, they're not just waving and everyone's passing them by. Most people in life just want to be seen. And I think a lot of us forget about that. And yeah, it just takes something so little sometimes just to change a person's day. And I've tried to teach my kids that. So it's no surprise to me, that the first time I remember being at a stoplight and I heard the window roll down, I didn't think of anything of it, because my kiddos like to do the whole arm out the window thing sometimes. And hearing my daughter hand over her candy bar at 3 years old to a homeless lady that was walking by. And this was a candy bar that I had heard nothing but about that candy bar for about an hour. Something, her pride and joy for the moment that she'd gotten. And she was giving it away because she thought they needed it more than she did. And needless to say, I was sobbing just by that little gesture. And even my son, the one that, that sometimes we can be oil and water, but his last birthday, he had been destroying his sister all day, and we'd been fighting, and we had been at a light, and he happened to notice that there was a guy with a veteran's hat and had a United States flag on his cart. And he rolled down the window, and I heard him, tell the guy, hey, this is my birthday money, but I don't have anything smaller. And he gave him $10. And that floored me, because this is a kid that I'm always trying to tell him not to eat all 12 cookies when there's 12 cookies because someone else wants a cookie, and that kind of thing. And I was so full of pride, and I just bragged on him for forever about that, because it was something, it's finally me being able to visually see what I've tried to teach my kids and what I think is so important in this life to teach your kids. But yeah, so it wasn't a huge surprise to me, I guess, that the other day, we were at Goodwill looking at some Halloween stuff because it's half price. Another thing I tried to teach my kids: coupons, Goodwill, all that kind of stuff. I feel like we waste so much. But she had said, she was like, there should be a Halloween for homeless people or people that need something, to where everyone drives around and just does what they can. And for her little 8-year-old brain to think that, and to just say it out of the blue, I was like, that would be amazing. I was like, there should be a National Caring Day or World Compassion Day. Every day should be that to me. But if not every day, like every month should be Black History Month. Every, month should be Support Women in Your Life Month. It should be like that every day, but because it's not, there should be a day like that, where you just try to get outside your shoes for 1 second and have some compassion. So I told her that was a brilliant idea. And she said, tomorrow after school, instead of having a friend come over, or instead of doing a Halloween craft, which we've been doing like crazy, or going to the park, she's like, can we drive around and give people that are homeless dinner? And I was just, you know, I just thought to myself, like, here's a kid that, you know, has been so excited about Halloween and what she's going to get. And my kids are always gimme, gimme, gimme. And, you know, looking at the next thing, the next big hit of what they're going to get. And just to see that in action of her brain thinking that and wanting to do that instead of something for her blew me away. So I said 100% sure. So whenever she went to school, I gathered, you know, chips and nuts and cashews and peanuts and granola bars and drinks and all these, you know, goodies into bags, and you'll see those in a little bit. And, you know, put a little note that just says, hey, happy Halloween and a life that gives lots of tricks. Here's a treat. And you're seen and you're loved. And maybe that little gesture would, you know, change someone's day or week or route. And maybe it won't. Maybe they'll look at it and be like, this isn't nothing. But just knowing that we tried to make that connection is important. And so made those and everything. And then we went and bought 16 hamburgers from McDonald's, which are no longer, McDoubles are no longer 99 cents or $1.40. They're like $3 now, which blew my mind. So it wasn't exactly the sandwich I wanted to buy, but Mama didn't have everything, so wasn't able to get the $3 ones. But yeah, we bought 16 hamburgers and drove around Austin and just looked for people who needed it. And when we didn't find, you know, we did this for 2.5 hours, and there was a span of about 20 minutes where we couldn't find anybody. And I heard Jovie in the back. Yeah, I don't want to cry. But I heard her in the back, and she just said out loud, she's like, dear God, you know, send us someone who needs this. And within 5 minutes, you know, we saw somebody, and we pulled over and did our thing. But she was just so excited. I hadn't seen her that excited in so long. And she said it was one of the best days we'd had, you know, and recently we'd gone to Six Flags and Halloween stuff and made crafts and decorated a Halloween tree and watched movies and all that stuff. And, you know, she'd had a birthday. And for her to say that this was one of the best Mama and Jojo days, as she put it, that we'd had, meant a lot to me. So, yeah. So she asked if we could video this and post it, and maybe it would give somebody else an idea to do something like that. And I said, sure, girl, let's do it. So I tried to video as much as I could because I wanted to be present. But there's a little bit coming up of what that whole day was. So she wants to do it again at Christmas. But at Christmas, I told her we're going to do like toothbrushes and toothpaste and, you know, some holiday treats and stuff, but stuff that, you know, people really need. So anyway, guys, thanks for listening and letting me get on my soapbox yet again. So thanks, y'all. Here we go. We got dessert and sweets and fruit, pita chips, applesauce, whatnot. We got all of our pretzels and pretzel dip stuff. We got meat sticks. We got doggy treats in case someone's got a dog. We got cashews, sunflower seeds, peanuts, all of our nuts. Ketchup for the hamburgers. Lots of chips. We got a little note to put on the outside so they don't think we're crazy freaks. And then we got all of our drinks. So yeah, let's do this. Let's see what happens. Okay.
So yesterday I thought that we should make goodie bags for homeless people, and the reason why I thought that is because homeless people don't really get a lot of food and stuff, and sometimes they have their dogs, and so we also got 3 bags of a lot of dog treats.
So what did we put in the bags?
We put masks, food, water, and a piece of candy.
Yeah, treats. So we're gonna go get hamburgers and hand them those bags that we made with a little note that says that they're important, that they matter, and that they're loved, right?
Mm-hmm. And
all right.
I think you should do the same.
Yeah. Love everybody. All right.
Right there. And then I have the dog treats somewhere.
Doggy treats too.
Yeah, dog treats are not.
We got a bunch of bags. We're going to get the hamburgers now.
3 bags of dog treats.
Yep. We have a little note on them. He's already got the burger. Woo! All right, sister, he's coming. You ready? Where are you? There you go. He's coming, darling. There he is. There you go. There's a hamburger and another thing of snacks. Bye. You too. Good job, sister. Woo! Woo! Feels good, doesn't it? Is he coming? He's going through it all.
So my mom's about to go get this guy some food. He's homeless. He was just talking to a trash can for company, and she just did. And he's very happy. There she is.
All right, sister, how does it feel?
Great.
It makes you feel good to be nice to people, huh?
Mhm.
And all the people like that we've given them to, they've eaten them right then, huh?
Yeah, I love helping homeless people.
Yeah. Everyone needs a little help sometimes, right?
Bag of goodies and snacks and water and
Yeah. We even got candy, trick-or-treat candy, and everyone needs a little treat sometimes, right? Yeah. It just meant a lot to me. The fact that she came up with that whole idea on her own, and that I was able to help make it happen for her. It's meant a lot to me. So if you think you're doing a shit job as a parent, just look for the little things like that, because your kids are sponges. And if they see you do, what you can, they're gonna do what they can. And if they see love, they're gonna give love. If they see hate and negativity, they're going to be doing the same thing, because they mimic us. They see everything we do. And so, yeah, it felt good as a mom to know that something was taking hold there. Something was sticking that I've been trying to, reiterate the last few years. But yeah, if you guys end up doing something with your kiddos, Jojo would love to see it. So post below or give us ideas, because we want to do this at Christmas too. We usually do the toy drive, and last year was the first year we weren't able to do the toy drive because of COVID. I mean, I was in my own little situation, not working for a year. So, I don't get it to that magnitude, but I get, just being scared where you don't know where your next meal is going to come from, or not knowing what the future holds. So, thank y'all for watching and for letting us share this with you. Happy Halloween. Bye, y'all.